The following review of a little girl's storybook contains mature language and is intended for teenage and adult viewers. So if you're a kid, fuck off. Twilight Sparkle and the Crystal Heart Spell is the first in a line of new MLP novels, and when I first saw the book, I immediately disregarded it as a pile of crap that was shoved out to be consumed solely by little girls and completely avoided by the brony fandom. And I was wrong. But can you blame me? I mean, look at this! Old-ass recycled Twilight vector with jewelry shittily photoshopped around her neck, a purple background with pink swirlies. And that name? Twilight Sparkle and the Crystal Heart Spell. I mean, come on! How was I not supposed to think this was trash? I guess this is what I get for, judging a book by its cover. Alright, so what is this book actually about, and why should the brony fandom care? The story is set shortly after the princess coronation. Not that you know that by looking at the goddamn cover! Okay, sorry, last time I'll bitch about that. Maybe. Twilight has moved back to Ponyville, waiting to hear from Celestia on what exactly she'll be ruling over, and in true Twilight Sparkle fashion, is in a total panic as she feels completely unprepared for the responsibilities of being a princess. After getting the suggestion from Spike, she goes to the Crystal Empire to seek advice from her dear friend and old foal sitter Cadence, where she gives Twilight a necklace and sends her on a quest of self-discovery to learn what it means to be a princess, and that's the premise of the book. So, why do I think this is worth the time of the older fans? Well, first off, this is the first post-princess coronation story we've had for MLP, and the book takes full advantage of this, by showing Twilight worrying about her new responsibilities while adjusting to life in Ponyville with her new title of princess. You need more convincing? How about fan-favorite Season 1 baddies, Gilda and Trixie, teaming up to cause mischief for our newly crowned princess? Awesome, right? And for those out there complaining, but Trixie was reformed in Magic Duel. Wrong. At the end of that episode, Trixie did feel bad for all the chaos she caused under the influence of the Alicorn amulet, and let go of her grudge against Twilight. That's it. There's no reason to think she'd stop being the arrogant, showboating street performer that we saw in Ghostbusters. Now, if you're still not interested, how about the origin story of Princess Cadence? So if you've ever wondered, where the fuck did this bitch come from? Was she always an Alicorn, or did she transform like Twilight? And if so, did she also go to the Alicorn higher plane? Well, I know, because I read the book, and I'm not going to tell you. Na, you have to read yourself. What's Zetsubo J, you may ask? But isn't the reading level for this book 6 to 8 years old? Yes it is. The language and sentence structure is very simple, but that doesn't inherently mean it can't be used to craft a good story. Writer Zeon transitions Friendship is Magic to novel form just fine, by staying true to the series' sense of storytelling, humor, and character development, while providing a tale that can be read by its core fans, but still engaging to adult readers. What? A story created for little girls that can still be enjoyed by grown-ass men? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Now there is one thing that some might take issue with. Though the book comes in at a respectable 130 pages, it's a really light read. The font size and the spacing is huge, and I knocked it out in about 90 minutes. Yeah, I spent less time reading this book than I did Kick-Ass 2. But honestly, that's a-okay with me. I personally don't have a lot of free time, and I don't get to read very often. So I'd be pretty annoyed if I spent 5+ hours reading a book about magical pastel-colored ponies instead of something, you know, respectable. So its brevity didn't bother me. So if you're a brony that, like myself, was just gonna let this one slide by, I highly recommend you rethink that, and give Twilight Sparkle and the Crystal Heart Spell a shot. Even though the cover looks like fucking shit! Hey, did you like this video? Then you should totally check out these other What? Oh, ponies are gay and you hated this video. Oh. Well, maybe you'd prefer a review of Evil Dead. Or me being a nitpicky bitch about the new DBZ film. You could try clicking one of those instead. Please?